What up, and welcome to the Rival Fantasy Start Sit Last Minute Advice Show for Week 10. I am Neil Malik. Now I have Brian with me. I have Bruce with me. What's up, guys?
Good morning. Happy week
What's
10.
going on? Yeah, we're here.
It's another beautiful week of football. Another beautiful week. We actually have football happening right now.
Not starting very beautiful. Not starting
Yeah,
very
that's
beautiful
true.
at all.
That's true. Colts and Patriots are not looking good. Also, Thursday Night Football did not look good. So every game so far that has started has not been good.
Been great.
And that's a negative thing for us all here. If we look, let's look at Thursday really quick, and then we'll look at the Colts really quick and the Patriots, and kind of catch ourselves up to date here. Panthers, Bears, fantasy wise, sucked. Neither quarterback threw a touchdown. No wide receiver had a touchdown. No wide receiver even had over 60 yards receiving in the game. Foreman had the only touchdown of the game. Your boy Chuba sucked. Both of you. Chuba sucked, just for the record.
Hey, we were talking about Chuba last week. We didn't say anything about the Bears.
Chuba sucked.
Didn't say anything about this matchup.
He sucked, just for the record.
He was the best part of the Panthers offense, sadly. I mean,
whatever.
That offense, come on. We know that offense is just brutal right now. It's hard to watch.
It was bad. That was a horrible game. I mean, like I said, the only offensive touchdown was Foreman. So, I mean, maybe if you started a defense, I guess, I don't know, or a kicker, you might have been okay with it.
Yeah,
so there's not much to take away from that game. I mean, do you guys have anything significant that you come away from that game with? Like any concerns, any guys that you're not comfortable with now going forward, or?
It doesn't look good for Bryce Young and the Panthers. I feel like that trade to get him, it's not looking too good at all. So
the Bears are the only team who could like win on Thursday and help their draft stock, and they did, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious what you guys think. Not even like from a fantasy perspective, but like, are you guys blaming Bryce Young for this right now? Like, are you claiming he's like a bust or something, or he wasn't, or do you think it's like all the Panthers' fault basically?
It's I always forget the GM and the owner's name, but he's driven this franchise into the ground since like the Cam days. Like, it's just not. Yeah. I don't think it's Bryce. I'm hoping this is going to be similar to what we saw with Trevor Lawrence that first year. Like, everyone was ready to say, oh, maybe he's not the next generational talent, and then he gets a better offensive line, he gets a real coach, and then things turned around. And I don't think it's the coaching staff's fault either. I think they have to get people to protect Bryce Young. He just they look shaky on offense. They look like they're scared to throw the ball. They don't trust him yet. So
I think when you have an offense where I don't think Bryce Young. I think it's too early to call him a bust, but I don't think he's elevated the team. Right? I think he seems like the kind of player where you need to surround him with a good offensive line. He's got to have some better weapons, and then you can say for sure. But right now, I think it's too early. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how he would be doing right now if he was a Texan instead of CJ and CJ was a Panther. Like, would the results be kind of just flipped? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I feel it would be. But I don't know, man. It's a tough one, and it sucks to see it playing out that way for him. But hopefully they get things back on track at some point. But yeah, it's a crappy situation for them. All right, so not much to talk about with the Thursday night game. We said the Patriots are playing right now. It's 7-3, end of the third quarter. Basically, nothing has really happened here either. It's actually, if you look at it, it's kind of similar to what we just talked about. Like, neither quarterback has thrown a touchdown. The only touchdown of the day so far is a running back, which is Jonathan Taylor. But there are some, better fantasy producers here in terms of like Pittman has 6 catches for 61 yards. So in PPR,
he should have had the touchdown too. They called him down on the 1 inch line, which I don't think he was. So Pittman should have the touchdown, not Taylor. But.
Yeah, and then I mean Stevenson has 42 yards rushing. He has another 9 receiving. So PPR again, that's what okay. If he gets a touchdown, it'll look a lot better. Demario Douglas, good sighting that he's leading the Patriots in receiving yards and receptions right now. So that's at least a positive. But otherwise, right now with 1 quarter left, again, not a lot happening in this game. Not even if you have a kicker. Maybe if you have a defense, right now you're okay. But other than that, kind of another lackluster game. Yeah. And if you had a bunch of players going to these 2 games, Thursday and this game, you're not happy.
No. And Ramon had to add injury to insult. Ramondre's hurt. He's on the worked on right now.
That's terrible.
So that's just another wrinkle in this questionable overseas game that we're watching right now. But
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, man, it's ugly. It's just the Patriots look broken. Belichick looks defeated. And the Colts, they've been doing this. They've had like really great games, and then they will just completely fizzle out the next week. So they're very feast or famine, which is strange. But these overseas games are also always weird. So try to avoid starting people in overseas games when you can, I think.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we actually have some questions already lining up here too. So we can jump over to those. Let's get to those questions.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got popping here in the chat. First one, the E Smitty. I could pronounce that 10 different ways. He said, would you start Boyd over DK today?
No.
DK's playing who's DK playing? Commanders.
Seahawks playing the Commanders, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good matchup, actually. That's a fun matchup.
Yeah.
Boyd, not so
Boyd's
much.
just gonna eat today. I mean,
T.
Higgins is out.
And Chase hurt.
And Chase he's active, but like probably gonna be on a pitch count. It's hard to sit DK, so I'm still gonna lean DK, but I think Tyler Boyd is a great option this week for those who have to start him.
Yeah, if you can get him in your lineup for sure, I'm cool with it, but I'm not starting him over DK. No way, especially with the Commanders. Like I said, the Commanders should be a sweet matchup.
Commanders don't have a defensive rush anymore. They traded everyone away. So
yeah.
Geno's probably gonna have plenty of time to throw this week.
Yeah.
I think it's Metcalf. It's that close.
Yeah. And again, if you can get Boyd in your lineup, for sure, definitely worthy of it, but not over DK. Mechie the Goat. Shout out to you. Hill or Ferguson?
Tight end question, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
Tight end question earlier.
I'm still going Ferguson. Ferguson's been the unsung hero of the Cowboys this year. Dude is just a vacuum on the field. I think I'd take Ferguson for floor. Hill's the upside. We talked about it last week, like feast famine, right? He can pop, but I mean, Ferguson's like your prototypical tight end in that Cowboys offense.
Ferguson's playing the Giants for what it's worth. He's coming off weeks with 15 and 22 fantasy points the last 2 weeks. Hill is playing Minnesota. He's had 17, 22, 21. So, he's on fire. So what do you think, Bruce?
I think you got to go Hill. I mean, he's shown, I think, over the last couple of weeks that even though the floor could be super low, but he's been pretty consistent in terms of like the point scoring. I think you got to go Hill.
Interesting.
What are you saying, Neil?
Yeah, man.
You don't get to abstain from this one.
Yeah, that it's funny because Ferguson was like not getting a lot of targets prior to this kind of, and he was more of like, I mean, he's in a decent amount of targets, but like he's more of like he was getting a lot of targets in the red zone, so like he had that value there, like good opportunity to get a touchdown if he could. But now he got 10 targets last week. Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's his most targets of the year. And now he's playing the Giants, who are weak against tight ends, who are just weak, period. So it's like, man, that's a hard one to pass up. They played the Giants earlier this year, and he only had 3 fantasy points. Yeah. So it's like, that doesn't make you feel great, but this is a totally different Jake Ferguson at this point. Dak's really relying on him. I think you guys are right. I think it's, Dak is the safe play, and Hill is the crazy upside play.
And I guess we have to talk about too, like you said, the Cowboys are playing the Giants. That could turn into a blowout very fast. So Ferguson may not get the same work that he would in a more competitive game.
Yeah, and I expect the Saints and Vikings to be. Really,
I think that's going to be a much more competitive matchup. So
Blurpy's here along our wavelength. He said, "I'm worried about Ferguson because Cowboys could blow out the Giants and barely throw the ball."
Oh, the line's at 17.5. That's crazy. I think the Cowboys might actually cover that. That's nuts. Oh my god,
that is crazy.
I think the Cowboys may actually cover. But
I'm still gonna. They're not gonna cover it, guys. I'm sorry.
You don't think they're gonna win by more than 18 points? Really?
I don't know. Listen, the Giants' defense is pretty good. It's the offense that stinks.
Yeah, they just
So,
forgot to stop Aiden O'Connell last week. That's yeah.
yeah. Okay, that is fair. It's a fair point. uh, I don't know. I just have a hard time seeing the Cowboys covering that 17.5. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Blurby
Yeah, no,
said that's insane.
it's a nuts line. It's that the Giants are just bad. I think the Giants might get the first overall pick.
You think so?
I don't think the Cardinals are running Kyler out there to tank.
That's true. That's fair.
I think the Giants and the Patriots are now in the running for first overall. The way this is going.
Don't worry, Bruce. There's lots of quarterbacks there for you guys, man.
Yeah,
lots of quarterbacks to draft.
Yep.
Damn.
I don't get why everyone's making fun of the what's his name today, DeVito. They're all like, he lives at home with his parents. They make his bed in the morning. It's like,
yeah, because he's a third string quarterback that never expected to start. Like, give the guy.
He didn't expect to make the NFL, probably.
Yeah, give the guy a break, man. Like, Jeez, people are so quick to hate.
Next one, Mechie to Goat also asks Dell or Ayuk. Reminder for Dell that there's no Nico Collins this week, so that's significant. But again, it's Ayuk. He's playing the Jaguars. Pretty decent matchup for him.
I think that's a fun matchup. Yeah. And the Bengals, the Texans have the Bengals. So
yeah.
I still think you go Ayuk, especially with Debo back. I think Ayuk's going to have more opportunities this week. Yeah. Dell's probably going to be blanketed by the Bengals secondary.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Brandon Ayuk's been pretty consistent, honestly. He's had like double-digit weeks like the entire season, basically.
Yeah.
Unless he was out for injury or whatever. So he's definitely my choice here. Obviously, Tank Dell is, we know he can have these monster weeks, but again, it's typically been, monster week and then a bunch of low weeks, monster week, and where does he go? So who knows what'll happen today for him? I mean, I like him. I would still, have no problem starting him this week. But if I had to choose between these two, I'm definitely going Brandon Ayuk. How about you, Bruce?
I gotta go Ayuk. I just think coming off of the bye, right? I think the Niners come out. I think Trent Williams is back. So yeah, I gotta go Ayuk. So I think the offense will be better this week. So
yeah, that offense with Debo is a completely different animal than it is without him. So I like the Niners this week.
Yeah, me too. All right, cool. Blurby has a question here. Blurby said Kyler or T-Law, Ferguson or McBride, James Conner or Garrett Wilson. I started Foreman over Conner and have ETN in my running back one spot. Okay. So, all right. I mean, at least Foreman didn't do too bad for him. That was good.
Yeah, Foreman got you the tutty.
Yeah. And Conner's back this week. Kyler's, these are both like returns from injuries. Yep. So you got to kind of think about that. Let's see. Trevor Lawrence is playing San Francisco. Really tough defense. Murray is playing Atlanta. That really puts you in a bind there. I have Murray as my like not so obvious lock of the week. So I think I'm gonna get crazy here and go Kyler Murray. I just think that I think he's gonna put the league on notice, man. Just remind everybody what we've been missing. Lawrence has like been okay. He hasn't been like great. He's not like been crushing it in any way to make me feel like I have to start him. So I'll just roll the dice with Kyler Murray. I think he's gonna be fine. I think Atlanta, he'll be able to, score against Atlanta with his feet too. So I just feel like, Dobbs had this offense rolling. I know we all like Dobbs, but Kyler Murray is better than Dobbs in my opinion. So I feel like there's no way, Kyler Murray shouldn't flourish in this offense. I think he's healthy. They waited long enough, obviously. So I don't have like that kind of concern. So yeah, I would go Kyler Murray over T-Law. We'll take these one by one. So I'm taking Kyler. What do you guys think of the quarterback question here?
I think he's got a luxury that he could wait on Kyler now because he has T-Law. So I'll go T-Law just because if you don't, it's not like Derek Carr versus Kyler, right? Like in that case, I'm going to start Kyler. But I think with T-Law, I'll ride him and then see what Kyler does his first week back. That's me. Just again, it's kind of a risk adverse move, but I think T-Law is going to do fine against the Niners. Actually,
yeah, Give me T-Law. I mean, he's give me the guy who's been playing for the last couple of weeks versus the guy. This is his first start of the season, so. I think we need to temper our expectation. I do think that for the rest of the season, Kyler is going to have a good season. But give me T-Law, even in that matchup.
Just for the record, guys. I was the one who, when Kamara came back, I was like, "You start Kamara." And Brian's like, "Nah, let's wait and see." And I was like, "Let's not wait and see."
I mean,
And so I'm doing the same
I will
thing.
be wrong with the points on my
But
bench versus if they crap the bed and they're in my lineup. Like I am much happier with the former.
The good thing is that we're consistent, right? Like I'm the guy who will, if I've been waiting for a guy, I'm starting him. Yeah. You're the one who, if I've been waiting for a guy, I'm not starting him. I'm waiting until he proves it. So
if you have option, right? Because you've gotten to a point where you obviously can wait and see. Right. In most of these situations, you are not in such dire straits. You have to start Kyler Murray. That's what I'm, it's like, why risk it when you're guaranteed like a 16-point floor from Trevor Lawrence? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's the only reason I say it. It's you've made it this far without him. So what's one more week?
Exactly. Sorry. Did we forget about the other questions too? McBride over Ferguson?
No, we're going to answer them. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got Ferguson or McBride. This one I am going Ferguson. Yeah, there's not a question for me on that one.
I'm going McBride, guy. I'm going McBride.
Come on.
You said McBride last week. You got 5 points.
No, I'm going McBride again. I got to go McBride again.
All right. You got a better matchup this week. He's got a better matchup this week. And then James Conner or Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson playing my beloved Raiders.
I'm gonna go James.
Think
Conner.
Twice.
This is what I'm gonna throw James back.
Oh, so now the guy comes back from injury and he's like, I'm starting him.
But we've seen James Conner. He does this every year. He goes on the IR every year, and then he comes back and he's fine. So again, just like until the Jets don't have Zach Wilson, I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, this is one I'll take Garrett Wilson, and I'm a Raiders fan, but I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
And then, let's see. And then he said he started Foreman over Connor. Okay, so that's it, right? We answered all the questions there.
Yep. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Good luck, Blurpy. It's got some questionable challenge, matchups there, but I think you'll play it out well, man. You'll play it out well. Next question. The Smitty 2 QB league. My opponent and I only have one quarterback going in our lineups. He has a running back in the flex, and I have Ayuk. Would you start DeVito in the flex for more point upside? Bruce, let's let you go first, Mr. Giants fan.
Do I want to start Danny DeVito? What's his name? No, I can't bring myself to start DeVito. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Yeah. No, I'd start.
Yeah, no, you definitely. Yeah, you start Ayuk for sure. Yeah. Although I would love to see it happen. I would love to see DeVito do it. Danny DeVito out there, imagine he just balls out.
I hope he does. I hope DeVito puts up like 303. That'd be just legendary. But now go Ayuk.
Yeah. No problem, Blurpy. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you joining us. Stay here, be a part of the conversation, man. We enjoy having you in the chat. Michi also said no Collins. I'm going Dell. Also Hill more upside. So I'm agreeing with my boy on the far right. Oh, hold on. Let's change that. Whoop.
What the heck?
Get out of here with this. Get out of here with this. Get out.
Michi, you, man.
Oh man, it's all good. All right, Super CMB Challengers, what's up? Welcome back, man. I think we see you every week, pretty much.
Every week, baby.
Sit one McLaurin, Metcalf, Olave, or Monty. Quite a group there.
Okay,
that's quite a group. I can't sit McLaurin, so he's not getting sat. I'm not sitting Metcalf. What's Olave's status? He's all healthy and good, right?
Yeah,
he's playing Minnesota.
And there's no Michael Thomas because, well, at least I don't think he's playing. I haven't really heard anything, but Michael Thomas got arrested earlier this week. If nobody heard, so I don't know what his game status is, but something to keep an eye on. But hard to sit Olave if he's the only one there. So
we can only sit one of these. So,
man, I think dude. This is a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
Do you sit? Is it Olave? Like, do you sit Olave?
No, Monty. I think it's Monty.
You're gonna sit Monty? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Against the Chargers? Against the terrible Chargers defense?
I know. So I'm assuming it's PPR, but I would say David Montgomery.
Yeah, it's PPR. You said PPR.
Yeah, PPR.
Yeah, I guess out of those, that's the that's the easiest one to sit. So we'll do Montgomery, but that's a tough one because he's going to have all the goal line work again.
Yeah, I mean, he's been injured. He practiced all week, I believe, like with no issue. So we'll see. But I do think that if you're talking PPR, McLaurin, Metcalf, and Olave are the easier, safer options.
Yeah.
Unless you really feel good about Montgomery getting a bunch of touchdowns this week, which I don't know, man. I think I'd rather wait and see. You know what I mean? See how they do. I'll take the 3 wide receivers, especially in PPR. If it wasn't PPR, we'd be talking a little bit different here, but being PPR is where I'm going.
Yeah, agreed.
Amanda Gill, running back 2, Pollard or Madison. Listen, you're never going to get me to say Madison, so Pollard all day, 100%.
Pollard.
Yeah.
He should crush the Giants, by the way.
Even if Pollard even if they only need the first half, he could still have 2 touchdowns.
Pollard.
Yeah. So
I know he hasn't been great lately, but I mean, Pollard had like over 20 points when he played the Giants earlier this year.
And even when Madison had the whole backfield to himself, like it's just middle of the pack. Like Pollard still has the upside. He hasn't shown it, but like Pollard can still take it to the house on one big play. So,
and for what it's worth, Michi the Goat said Pollard, ! Pollard. He screamed it, Pollard. And
Pollard.
Amanda Gill said Pollard hasn't done crap for me all season. No, I hear you. He started off hot, and then it's gotten it feels like it's gotten slower and slower for him. But
hey,
they'll get him back.
Divisional game too. There's always the narrative, right? So the Giants will crush, or the Cowboys will crush the Giants just for the sake of crushing them if they can, right? That's how that division works.
Yeah,
Bruce, the Giants would do the same thing if the roles were reversed.
It's fair.
It's true. They just, these teams got some vitriol for each other, man. So if the Cowboys can put up a 40 burger on the Giants, they're gonna.
It's funny, Bruce, because I feel bad for you, man, because your defense isn't really horrible, man. It's really not. Like, it's kind of decent.
Just they're on the field so much that they can't. Yeah. Like, they get so gassed that they can't.
They're kind of a decent, defense.
They're good. They're a good squad. Just they're literally out there too long.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we got Super CMB challengers. Also, Howell, Purdy, or T Law this week. T Law popping up a lot this week in the questions. People are getting a little skeptical. Them little 15, 16 point weeks ain't cutting it there, Brian.
Hey, man, it's a good. There's nothing wrong with consistency, dude. Nothing wrong with consistency. But
Purdy's playing the Jags.
I'm gonna take Howell out of these guys.
It's funny because Purdy and T Law are playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then Howell is playing Seattle, which I'm big on that matchup this week.
Yeah.
I'm going
go Howell.
Yeah.
Howell's what a pleasant surprise he's been this year, right?
Yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't he touted as like a first round pick? Then he dropped all the way to what did they take him in the 3rd round?
I'm not exactly
3rd or 4th.
sure.
I think right.
Good for him.
No problem, Super CMB challengers. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Feel free to stay around, join the conversation. We appreciate you. Mechie's the Goat said they just subbed. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you,
if you're watching
right
now, please subscribe. It means the world to us. We're actually at 400 now, I think. So we really appreciate you guys. Hit 400. Guys, please.
Yeah, hype horn.
Yeah.
We don't need you to do sound effects. Now that we're at 400 subs, we have the sound effects in house.
Yeah, we have the technology. We can.
Yeah. Let's go. 400 subs. Let's go. Let's keep it climbing, though. We need everybody to keep subbing. Like this video, by the way. If you're watching and you're asking questions, slap the like button. There's been more people than likes right now asking questions.
Push it. You don't have to slap it.
Nah, slap it, hit it, punch it.
Just caress it a little bit.
We're not condoning violence.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, there's definitely, more people than likes in here. There's more questions than likes. Like, let's run it up. Run the subs up. Run the likes up. Let's do all that. Drew D, Laporta, or Kincaid?
I have the same problem.
The 2 rookies.
I'm glad he asked. Yeah.
The 2 rookies.
Glad. Okay, this is one time I'm contemplating both. If you can like flex Kincaid. Like it's hard to sit these guys.
Yeah, it is, especially their matchups.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still going to take Laporta. Like I think Laporta's. I mean, I know I say this every week, but like tight end 2. Like, are we putting him ahead of Mark Andrews yet? Like it's Kelsey, but Kelsey's on a bye. Obviously, I just mean like overall. Like,
I don't know.
I think Laporta might be the tight end 2.
I think the
rest of season.
I think he is the tight end too for the rest of the season.
Listen, nothing to do with fantasy, but I seen that Mark Andrews has type 1 diabetes and has to check his blood sugar every time he comes off the field.
Every time he comes off the field, it's crazy.
That is incredible to me.
Yeah. No, he's
incredible.
He's the man. This is not an anti Mark Andrews take. This is like the Ravens are running the ball 80 times a game take.
Yeah.
But no, I think I'll start Laporta out of these two.
Yeah, I would start Laporta. I mean, like Brian said, if you can somehow flex both these guys, Drew, if you're still in here, Drew, let us know, like, what's the rest of your lineup? Like, who else are you starting? Do you have a flex where you can get Kincaid in potentially? I know it's not fun or appealing sometimes to start 2 tight ends, but these 2 are like definitely the ones you want to start if you have them. So let us know if you're still in the chat, like who else you have, if there's a flex option here, or if it's not possible. Rochita, YT, Baker, or Kyler? Baker or Kyler?
I think this is where I go Kyler.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is where I'll take
Baker, eh?
Yeah, man.
No,
I'm not staying on
dog?
Baker. I love the dog, but who are the
Playing Tennessee?
Playing the Titans? I mean, they're playing at home, so like I have no problem with Baker. I just, he's a floor play, and Kyler's oh man, I got the full screen. Hey.
Oh.
You just put me full screens for my Baker take. That's a weird time to do that. But no, I think I'll take the Kyler upside over, because Baker's, it's like 240 and 2 every week. So solid line, but I'll take Kyler.
Is there a new Call of Duty out this week?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going Kyler. Give me Kyler.
There is.
Neil, I think you're muted.
Is.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm going Kyler. Yeah.
He wants to get the game over with quick so we can get home.
Exactly.
So maybe they will be 1-9 after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
They will lose.
I think for me, it's like I like Kyler, obviously, for the upside. So I'm going to keep saying Kyler. But with Baker, if you want like that safe avenue, for sure, like he's just going to get you that safe amount. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to kill you. But I think Kyler like is the high upside, but the boomer bust kind of play because it is his first week back. But I do like Kyler. If it's for me, that's what I'm starting. Rochita also asks Gus Edwards, Tony Pollard, Tank Dell, Montgomery, James Conner, Debo, sit 2 in PPR.
Oh, it's easy. It's Montgomery and
Easy.
It is Gus. Yeah, you sit those 2 guys.
Whoa, you're sitting Gus after what he's been doing? Really?
Yeah, wow. It's a 3-back committee, man. You don't know who's going to get it in that red zone.
Yeah, but Keaton Mitchell's banged up, and Justice Hill only catches the ball. So Gus probably going to get the most work this week. It is PPR, maybe. So like Gus is not as sexy in PPR.
Yeah, I'm sitting Gus and Connor for me. Because Gus is playing Cleveland, and so I don't want this. I've done this too much. Like I've doubted Cleveland, and I play players against them. Like they're just getting lucky. They're not going to slow them down, and I feel like they do it every single week. So I don't know if someone's going to score for Cleveland. If it's just going to be Lamar Jackson. If like I even had questions earlier this week on I think I answered it on our Instagram where someone said they have DK Metcalf in their starting lineup, and they had to choose between JSN or Zay Flowers. I went JSN, man. Like, I'm not taking Zay Flowers against Cleveland. Like, I'm just not doing it. So I'd rather start 2 Seahawks wide receivers over, just the Ravens wide receivers. So I'm not, messing with that Browns defense personally. Yeah. So I would sit Edwards and Connor.
Yeah, I think I'll sit Edwards and Connor too. That's tough, but Pollard got more upside. Montgomery's gonna fall into the end zone probably. So, and you play Debo when he's healthy.
Yeah.
So, and Tank's the wide receiver 1 today. So yeah.
It is a tough one. Bryce Ridley, start 2. Ayuk, Adams, Kirk, or Deontay. Wow, we got a lot of Ayuk questions today.
Yeah,
a lot of people not strong believers. Now I know
you guys don't be scared of Brandon Ayuk just because Debo's back. It's actually better news for him than not.
Now I'm curious. Before we came on, I believe both of you said you're benching Adams this week. So I'm curious if you're starting 2 here. I doubt you guys are starting Adams, right?
No, I'm starting Ayuk and Kirk. I'm starting guys in the same game. That's 100% how I'm doing it. Yeah. Deontay's a great play. Like Deontay's always good, but
I got to hear you guys. I got to hear this argument. I mean, I'm Ayuk and Adams. I think you're crazy to start Kirk for San Fran or Deontay over Devontae, baby. But no, I get it. Devontae's playing
I
the
mean,
Jets.
Deontay's a great play because they have the Packers, and the Packers secondary is like middle of the pack, no pun intended. Like they're fine, but they're not scary. So, and apparently George Pickens freaks out anytime he doesn't get the ball, which means Deontay is just going to get fed because that's what Mike Tomlin does. So
yeah, I gotta go Ayuk and Deontay.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
not starting Adams until he shows me something more.
No, dude. Look, I love Devontae Adams, the player. I don't love. Josh Jacobs is going to get another 25 touches this week. Like that offense goes through Josh Jacobs and Jacoby Myers apparently. So until Aiden O'Connell starts taking shots down the field with Devontae, and until he can hit him in the open field, like I'm not trusting Aiden O'Connell. Just like I'm not starting DJ Moore as long as Tyson Bagent is the starter, right? Like same principle. So you can Kirk for me.
These guys here, it's
spicy. It's a spicy take.
These guys.
Right. I'm definitely gonna send you guys a challenge on this. I'm gonna send you a challenge on this one, Brian.
All right, let's go. Kirk over Deontay. Kirk versus Deontay.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do it.
All right.
Wait, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna send a challenge. Yeah.
Kirk versus Deontay.
A challenge.
Yes.
What is a challenge? Let me tell you what a challenge is.
Speaking of segues,
speaking of Rival Fantasy is where if you're watching this right now, you should definitely have an account, especially if you've been watching for weeks. It would be disappointing to hear if you don't, but if you don't yet, this is a perfect opportunity for you to go to rivalfantasy.com and sign up, or you could just download the app. That's also a possibility, whatever your preference is. I had to take away the comment so we couldn't hide Brian behind it like that. You see how he's hiding? So yeah, definitely go to the site. If you're not familiar with challenges are these things here. This right here, this Josh Allen has $10 on him. Jamar Chase is opposite of him. If you believe Jamar Chase will score more fantasy points, you would click Jamar Chase, put whatever amount you want to wager, whether you want to just match the 10, if you want to put more, less, whatever portion you want to put on it, and you can accept that challenge. It's strictly fantasy points. If you don't like it, you skip it, and you just keep moving around to the next one. Kamara versus Chase here, $5. And then if you want to, you could, what Bruce was talking about here is you can create challenges like I've done here as I'm a Raider homer. I've created Devontae Adams versus Garrett Wilson, Aiden O'Connell versus Zach Wilson, Jacobs versus Hall, and you can send these to whoever you want. Now, I see people have taken some of the bet, but not all of the bet. So I can get in there, I can share them with more people, I could drop them on social, I could do whatever I want. And that's the beautiful thing about challenges. If you're into NBA, all that kind of stuff, it's all there. And of course, that's just one part of Rival Fantasy. There's also season long, there's fantasy bingo, there's all kinds of fun things to do. So go ahead, sign up, use the link in the description, get up to a $200 deposit match plus $25 free voucher, or you can just go on there, play some season long, do whatever you feel like doing, but it's a great place to be. And of course, that's what this show is all about.
Yeah, baby.
All right, back to us. Back to us here, guys. Did you send the challenge? Did you do it?
Yeah, man. I took a full excuse me, I took a full $25 on
yeah, let's go.
So that means Bruce and I have $25. You got Deontay and I've got Kirk. So whoever wins gets the full other side. Minus little fees. So it's gonna be good stuff.
You guys are psychos.
Hey, that's a good one. I think that's a good
a good one.
I think that's a good problem to have. I'm glad he asked that question because that's, that is a tough decision to make. So,
all right. So let's get some other questions here. We have, look, Rival Fantasy fire emojis in the chat for Devontae Adams. I wonder who's doing that.
Gee, I wonder who controls that.
I wonder who's
controlling the guy who also controls the
I wonder who that could be.
I wonder who the fan of that guy is.
That's weird, right?
So weird. So you got watch who you get the power to these days. Let's see. We got Bryce also asks K9 versus Aaron Jones or David Montgomery. What do you guys think? Full PPR.
Is K9 Kenneth Walker? Is that what we're calling Kenneth Walker now?
Is that
K9 is what's that?
Is Kenneth Walker K9?
Oh yeah, that's probably the new.
Is that
the kids are doing these days?
I think I'm gonna go Jones and Montgomery here. I got the full screen again. Yeah.
No way.
like, Charbonnet keeps cutting into Walker's workload, and it seems like that's going to be the trend moving forward. And we know Aaron Jones is, it's like I said, David Montgomery's going to get all the goal line work, and Aaron Jones is Aaron Jones. When he's unleashed, he's great. So,
yeah, I'm going Walker and Aaron Jones. I don't know, man. Like, it's funny that we're all like, we don't not like David Montgomery, right? I mean, we just have to see him get through a game healthy again, see how they're operating with Gibbs and everything. Like, we just got to see it all happen. I mean, it's been a little while. That's just how I feel. And then the other guys are just good running backs. So it's like not like we're, knocking him for like not talented players. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at. And it's PPR, so that helps those guys in my opinion. Bruce, are you also in Aaron Jones and Walker here?
Yeah. Give me K9 and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, K9?
I like that,
K9
actually.
Bryce.
I like that. I'm gonna start using that.
Do we give Bryce all the credit for that, or is that like a thing? I'm out of the loop. I'm not hip. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm giving Bryce the credit.
I'll give it to him. That's good.
Shout out to Bryce.
I've been calling him KW3 because he's Kenneth Walker the third, but
nah,
K9's good.
K9 sounds better.
I like K9.
K9 sounds a little better. Next one, David Harris, Pickens or McBride at the flex this week. Full PPR. My tight end one is Schultz.
Probably gonna go Pickens there.
Pickens, the crybaby.
Yeah. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, man. If he can, if Kenny Pickett can throw, if he decides he remembers how to throw today, then maybe Pickens will get some love. But McBride is just like not the tight end I want to flex if I don't have to. So okay. I'll take big play upside from Mr. Pickens.
Bruce, give me McBride. I think I might be alone on an island here. Give me McBride.
Bruce is just riding the McBride train.
Yeah.
You're not alone, Bruce, because I'm going to go with you, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, somebody send me a challenge. I'll take all the money on that challenge. Jeez.
Right now.
Dude, listen, send me that one. I will take your money on that challenge.
If you're in the chat and you want Pickens over McBride, it sounds like this. No one's with you, Brian.
What else is new, man? I'm also the guy who said you could drop DeAndre Hopkins 3 weeks ago before he went off for 3 touchdowns. So
shit.
I don't know why I'm here. Sorry, guys. I'll see myself out, I guess.
I mean, again, congratulations to this guy. Whoever's running the YouTube for Rival. I just got to keep going back to this guy. Deserves a raise, by the way. All right, last question that we have built up sitting here right now is from Inflective 2K. Thank you for returning. I know we've seen you for sure last week or a couple weeks ago. Will Levis or Josh Dobbs? That's a fun one, guys. Will Levis or Josh Dobbs? Dobbs was a hero last week.
He was a hero.
He's playing the Saints, tough defense. Yeah. Levis is playing the Bucks, not a tough defense. Where are you guys leaning on this one? I like the question.
I'll take Levis, man. I'll take Banana Boy. Give me Banana Boy. Let's do it.
Bananarama.
Let's take mayo in his coffee, guy. Let's do it.
Dobbs has had 2 25-point weeks back to back.
Yeah.
Give me
2 different teams.
Guys, you gotta go Dobbs, man. You gotta go Dobbs. He's riding high right now. The team loves him. Yeah. The fans love him.
We saw what Levis did against a not great defense his first game. I'm just saying, he will sling the rock.
Fair.
So he and DeAndre Hopkins might have a nice little game today. But you can't really go wrong. I think both are good. Also, but keep an eye on Minnesota. Is KJ Osborne playing? Because if it's not Osborne and Jefferson's out, then you have Addison probably getting double teamed, probably getting the who's the corner that always shuts down Mike Evans on the Saints? I always forget his name.
Lattimore?
Lattimore. Yeah. So that means Addison probably gets the Lattimore treatment. So then you got Josh Dobbs throwing to TJ Hawkinson and
I think I'm going to go Will Levis, man. I think I'm going to go. I didn't like him coming out in the draft really or nothing, but the way he did ball that first week, I was like, man, that's impressive. Now, he did have a down week last week. Dobbs had a great week last week. Yeah. But that Saints defense is legit to me. So it's Man, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, listen, Dobbs played good pretty much all season. He's played tough defenses as a Cardinal and played pretty decent. But I mean, he played the 49ers. He had over 15 fantasy points, and 16 is the metric for Brian over here. The safe mark for quarterback points. I mean, so he's had like some good games against good defenses. So it's not like he can't play good. And the way he played last week, obviously, came in the game, was this hero.
Yeah.
So, he's riding high. You know what I mean? But I think I'm going to go Will Levis just because of the matchup. And, neither guy is like a home run always type of player. So I'll go Will Levis, basically just off a matchup.
I like it.
All
right. Bulls fan 21, David Njoku or Jonnu Smith? I'll take
Jonnu.
Jonnu.
Jonnu is apparently Arthur Smith's favorite human being.
Terrible.
He got freaking goal line carries instead of Bijan. Yeah, Jonnu's been balling out. So, don't hate him for being the recipient of Arthur Smith.
And speaking of, we're all going Jonnu. Are you going Jonnu too, Bruce, or no?
Hell no. I gotta go Njoku. I think Deshaun is going to be trying to get rid of this ball quick. I think his offensive line is pretty beat up, so he's going to be getting that ball out quick. I think Njoku is going to be the recipient. So,
but this does lead me to a question. This does lead me to the Bijan question. Like, what are you both doing with Bijan right now? Like, how are you handling the Bijan situation?
You just got to keep playing.
I know it's not in the chat, but I'm just curious what you guys are doing.
You have to play him. I mean,
you just got to play him.
He's one of those guys. He only needs 8 touches to make magic happen. He's the best player on the field when he's out there, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, next year when Arthur Smith doesn't have a job and some new young head coach comes in and figures out how to use him properly, it'll be better. But it just feels like Arthur Smith is trolling us for no reason. Like he just hates fantasy players. So
here's a thought. Here's a thought, guys. Yeah, here's a thought. So what do you guys? My thought is that even because Arthur's been getting all these questions about giving Jonnu the ball and this guy and that guy, I think he's going to overcompensate this week and load up when they get into the red zone. Just give it to Bijan. Is it Bijan? Bijan Robinson.
So. Yeah. I freaking hope so, man. It's just embarrassing for them to have spent. What was he, the 8th overall pick, 10th overall pick? Like he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
and they're doing like. Why does Tyler Algier have more carries than Bijan Robinson on the season? He has like 20 more carries than Bijan or touches, I guess. It does not compute. So I'm still going to ride it. And like Bruce said, I'm just going to hope for the day that Arthur Smith overcorrects and gives Bijan like 30 touches.
Yeah.
We can hope. What are you doing, Neil? What are you thinking?
No, I think you have to start them like you guys said. And you hope that they adjust. But I mean, the coach seems like an idiot, to be honest with you. Bulls fans said appreciate it. No problem, man. Appreciate you. Good luck you this week, man.
Yeah.
Come back next week. Let us know how you did. Hopefully we don't, guide you wrong. No, actually we gave you both answers, so we covered our bases. Also, guys, streaming tip: when you drink the water, block the name. So until they sponsor, can't get them.
Oh
free.
yeah, gotta wait for the sponsor. Gotta wait for the sponsor. Those single-use plastics, Neil.
Any water companies out there, want to sponsor?
We stay hydrated, man. We stay hydrated.
I'll show the name. I'll show the name. Don't show the name. I'll show the name. All right. Next question on here. Colin Carpenter, start 2, half PPR, Devontae Adams, Gabe Davis, Tyler Boyd, Zay Flowers. Also, should I bench Barkley for Latavius Murray? You hear this, Bruce? Do you hear this?
Don't do it.
Bench your running back. Your Giants running back.
Don't do it. Listen, I know it looks bleak for the Giants. I know it looks terrible, but Saquon, the talent will prove out today. He's too talented to sit over Latavius, to sit him for Latavius. Don't do it. Start Saquon.
Especially because Latavius now has Lenny there too. Like that's going to be a 3-headed monster in Buffalo, unfortunately. So yeah, don't start Latavius Murray. Over.
I know it looks crazy on the surface. Barkley, definitely is the premier running back in this conversation. He has a bad matchup against Dallas, so it kind of concerns them. Latavius Murray has a cake matchup against Denver, so I get it, but we're going too far on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely Barkley for sure. And then with the other guys here, Devontae, Gabe, Tyler Boyd, Zay Flowers, you can only start 2 of them, half PPR. I'm assuming you guys are taking Devontae out of the equation. So who
no,
are you?
this
No,
this
no,
is
no.
where I start Devontae and Tyler
Okay.
Boyd.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
I agree.
Devontae and Tyler Boyd for me.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's Devontae Adams time. Yeah, in this list, yeah, you start Devontae and Tyler Boyd. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe
Interesting.
Davis, he's just too volatile for me. I don't like it. Like he's a great DFS play. Like he's a great bingo guy. If you want to like make a challenge around him, cool. But if I don't have to put him in my season long lineup, I don't want to. And same with Zay. Like the Ravens are just running the ball so much. I can't trust him anymore. And this is coming from a guy who was starting Zay Flowers every week up until like week 7. So
yeah. This is a tough one because Devontae's been struggling, right? And he's facing the Jets. I would say arguably the best or second best, whatever, defense in the NFL. Gabe Davis, like you guys are mentioning, boom bust kind of player. Tyler Boyd is dealing with the injuries at the other wide receivers, so good opportunity. And then Zay Flowers also playing the Browns, so he has a tough matchup outside of the fact that they're running the ball like crazy. So I would lean Devontae and probably Tyler Boyd, but I will say that I have Gabe Davis as my not so obvious lock of the week, and he's playing Denver. And if you and if you do look, I kind of mentioned it in the video, but like he is kind of boom bust, like kind of literally is how he plays. So I'm just saying, Cincinnati last week 0 points, that we call a bust, folks. He's playing Denver this week. That means the boom is coming. I'm just saying.
You trust him against Denver's secondary though? Like, he's probably going to get the. Well, I guess Stephon Diggs is going to get the Surtain.
Stephon Diggs is going to get he's going to get the treatment over there. So
listen, treatment.
20+ point coming in for Gabe Davis. But if you want the safe route, do your Tyler Boyd, do your Devontae Adams, even though one could argue they aren't safe. So
no, I just think Tyler Boyd's going to have I think there's a world where Tyler Boyd has 12 catches today. Straight up.
Yeah. That's realistic.
Because it's going to be like him and Irv Smith and Tyler Irwin are going to be their top receiving options today. Because if Jamar's playing, I think he's going to be a decoy because it's his back, and a back injury is really hard to keep playing through. So that's why I think
what if you started a player or two in the Thursday Patriots game, all this kind of stuff? Now you need points. You really rolling with Devontae against the Jets, or you like, I need them 20+ potential points from Gabe Davis? Like, what I'm saying? Like, that's out there.
In that situation, I'm probably going Gabe over Boyd then. Like, if I need boom, I'll probably do Adams and Davis instead of Boyd. But I just don't think Zay Flowers is I think Zay Flowers is the easy sit out of these 4.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
As much as I love him as a player. Yeah, so I think you do Devontae and Boyd if you're in it, and if you need upside, you go Davis over Boyd.
Yeah, good question, Colin. We appreciate it.
Great question.
Thank you. You're also a returning viewer, so we appreciate you, my man.
Appreciate you.
Jin23, shout out to you. What's good, guys? Jin actually won our giveaway last week, just so everyone knows. And the money's been deposited. He actually reached out after, DM'd everything. Did Jin is a great follower of directions, man. Just took
I mean,
hey,
if people don't like free money, that's fine. That's their prerogative.
That's crazy.
But it's weird.
And I'd be happy to do it again today, but I got to see the action in the chat that's asking for it. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to set it up until I see the chat saying, give us some money. You know what I mean? And if I don't see it, if I don't see the request, I'm not giving money away. But what's up, Jen? Appreciate you for coming back. What's good, guys? Should I drop Chuba or Kareem to pick up Taysom Hill or play Kittle? I'm always nervous to play Kittle because you don't know what you get.
Yeah.
I'd drop Kareem for Hill. Yeah.
I'm so I think
I can't drop Chuba. Just if you were here last week, I
think you just
y'all know I'm playing that Chuba Tuba for the rest of the year, man.
I think you just like his name.
I mean, yeah, but I also he went to OK State. Look, hey, everyone's got a bad week, but he is the only good thing in that offense, in my opinion. So I mean, okay, Adam Thielen, obviously, but it's like Thielen and Chuba, and that's it. So I dropped Kareem for Taysom Hill for sure.
By the way, just for the record, Kareem Hunt has had 16, 15, 14, 10 the last 4 weeks of PPR. So double digits last 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
No excuses like Chuba has.
Okay.
For weeks.
I'm just gonna ask. I'm not suggesting it. Would you guys drop Kittle at this point? Somebody like a Taysom? Because he's going to be the fourth option at best now. because he's behind Ayuk, he's behind
Too talented.
Debo, and he's behind McCaffrey for targets. So I'm not saying I wouldn't drop him, but I'm just curious if there's ever a point where you look at George Kittle's production or lack thereof, and you say sayonara.
No, I have that. I have that dilemma in one of my leagues. I think I have Kittle, and I picked up Hill, and I could start Hill over Kittle, but I mean, yeah, I think Kittle's the talent's there.
Yeah,
the floor is all. I mean, I guess the floor is also there too. Yeah, I think right now with the way I have it ranked, I think I would go Kittle, start Kittle over Hill, and then if I had to drop one of those two guys, I mean, I guess without knowing your other running backs on your squad, I would consider dropping Hunt for Hill. So yeah.
Yeah,
and look,
I'm like,
I was
I'm
just
like
gonna
the
say
opposite.
if you could get away with like keeping Kareem, if like Chuba's not enough high upside, if these are like your running back 4 and 5, like you can drop either of them. But if it's a depth piece, you know, you probably want the starting running back versus the guy at splitting time. So sorry, Neil,
Exactly.
didn't mean to cut.
No, I was gonna say I would drop Chuba. I just think that offense sucks. I want no freaking part of it. And so I would drop him, even being the second, third, whatever running back in Cleveland. He's still producing. They're running the ball a lot. It's just part of their game. They're a good team. The defense gets them off the field. So I'd rather have a piece of Kareem. But as far as Kittle, I'm starting Kittle over Taysom this week as well. I understand like the concerns with Kittle, and I understand you wanting Taysom because, you know, the injuries and this and that, or if he does start having a bunch of down weeks, I would understand dropping one of these running backs for Taysom. But I just wouldn't start, you know, him over. Also, he said my running backs are Mixon, Jones, JT, Madison, and A-Chain.
Hmm.
So
okay. Yeah, you could probably drop.
You drop Hunt.
You could drop either
one.
of them.
Yeah.
Because I would rather, at this point, I'd rather have Taysom on my bench than.
Yeah, I agree.
Those
I agree
other
with that.
guys, probably.
Especially when you have a tight end like Kittle, who is up and down and injury prone and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for the extra context, Jen.
Great.
Kyle Singer,
great info.
Fergie or McBride, full PPR, and Irwin or Shakir or M. Thomas, full PPR. Pick one tight end and one wide receiver. Thank you, good sirs, plural. He entered it. He fixed it. And he also said drop the like and sub. We appreciate that.
It.
Again, Kyler's got the right idea here, guys. If you haven't dropped a like, please do. If you haven't dropped a sub, please do. We appreciate it. It means everything to us. Besides your company, that's all we're looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, this is a let me bring the question back up so you can see it.
Yeah.
Fergie or McBride, full PPR. I want to answer that one first. I guess it's easier to break these apart.
Yeah. I'll take Fergie.
Yeah,
Fergalicious.
Fergie as well.
I'm alone on this island. I'm going McBride.
Man,
give me McBride.
McBride Hill is getting bloody today. Bruce is just dying on that one.
Give me McBride.
All right, and then Shakir or M. Thomas, Michael Thomas. Okay. And you said Michael Thomas. Have we confirmed that he's out?
Yes, he's active. He's expected to play. He's not on the inactive report for the Saints. So I guess he's playing. He's already been charged. So like he hasn't received a punishment yet. I'll go Michael Thomas out of those three. It's gross, but I
might actually go Shakir here. I like that Denver matchup, man. And if Diggs is getting locked down, that's going to open up things for him. Oh man, I think
I'm not ready to go the Irwin route yet. I know I said earlier like he's probably the wide receiver 2 today. But
give me Irwin.
Really?
I'm taking Irwin.
Give me Irwin.
Really?
No, I'm still going to go Shakir, I think.
Okay, so we're completely split on that one then?
We're completely split. Yeah, we're completely split on this one.
Yeah, so, okay, fine. If I'm splitting hairs, then I'll go Shakir instead.
Yeah.
So that way we're at least making a decision for Kyle.
Let's go.
I'd go. I think Irwin's great, and I also think that rookie with like the wild name, it's like ISO something on Cincinnati. I think he's going to get work too. So I just don't know where the targets are going.
Also, Kyle said, I know it's so gross.
Yeah, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're at that point in the season, especially like if you got bye weeks, if you got any Eagles or Dolphins or Chiefs guys, like this is a tough week. So
yeah, it gets rough right now, man. And you're trying to fight for the playoffs, and it's just, at some point you either have situations like this or you're like, do I go all upside? There's all kinds of, ways to approach it, Kyle. So we definitely, understand we're all in this position at some point in one of our leagues. So definitely. Michael Brown here. Help me set my lineup. Need one quarterback, two. Oh, he wants us to do the whole lineup.
We're doing the whole thing.
Let's do it.
Right.
This is going to take, I got to focus in on this one. Help me set my lineup. Need one quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Quarterback, let's break this down piece by piece. Howell, Murray, Dobbs. Where are we going?
Howell.
We're all going Howell. That's easy enough.
Yep.
Wide receivers, Wilson, Lockett, Ridley, and Addison. That's a lot.
Wilson and Lockett, I think. No,
you don't sound
it's
very
hard to
convincing,
sit
though.
Addison right now. I mean, Addison's the guy, but it's Dobbs. Like, I don't know what that's going to look like.
Don't talk about Dobbs in that way, man.
No, we just haven't seen him play a full game yet. That's all I'm saying. I just don't be, especially now that like KJ
Do we need a full
Osborne
game?
is
He had
out.
3 touchdowns last week without a full game, sir.
I know it, man. I just and KJ Osborne is out. I can confirm that. So, Addison could eat. So maybe I'll go Garrett Wilson and Addison out of those 2 or out of those 4. That's tough. Those are good wide receivers, man.
Give me out of the 2 wide receivers. I got to go Wilson and Lockett. I think Wilson is going to get he's going to get the most targets out of that group. I think Lockett, he's the safer play over Addison. And Ridley, he's just been, I don't know, he just hasn't been producing. So just give me Lockett. Yeah, give me Wilson Lockett.
I'm going Wilson and Addison. And then running backs are Brees, Bijan, and Monty. I'm taking, see, now this is one of the situations where is Monty really the guy over Bijan, or do we just keep rolling with Bijan?
Yeah, I think I still go Brees and Bijan.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a good problem to have.
It
it's
is.
nice that you get Monty back, and then I probably flex Lockett in that case. Like, I think you flex either Addison or Lockett.
Yeah.
If I'm picking, I don't hate flexing Monty. I don't hate starting all 3 of the running backs. But if this is PPR, I would flex Lockett over Montgomery. So.
Yeah, if it's PPR, I'm flexing Lockett. If it's not PPR, I'm probably going to flex Monty. And that's where I would go with that. All right. Let's see where else. Where did I leave off at, guys? There's got a lot of questions here. Jin 23, my running backs are mixed. Oh, yeah, we already answered that one. Chaka, got to start 3 PPR. Wilson, Olave, Ridley, Javante.
Ooh,
Man, Javante has a good matchup this week, too.
Ooh.
Javante has a good matchup.
Yeah, I think this is Wilson, Olave, Javante for me.
No love for Ridley from you, huh?
I like Ridley. I think I like Kirk.
Inconsistent.
There's a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. You got Kirk, you got Evan Engram, you got ETN, you got Ridley.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, it's nothing against Ridley. It's literally just everyone else has more volume.
Yeah,
and he's playing the 49ers for what it's worth.
Yeah,
kind of.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
We all agree on that one. We actually all agree on one.
Look at that.
Yeah,
we did it, guys. We did it.
No sound effects.
It's
soundboard.
The chat did it. The chat is a mission accomplished. We all agreed on one today. But I gotta be honest, man. Like, I like when we don't agree, because when I do see shows where a lot of people are agreeing on everything, I'm like, get out of my face. Like, don't agree on everything. I can't stand it. I know it helps kind of for the person to make a decision.
Where's the drama? Where's the high stakes?
That's no good for me. Also, Jen said, "Thank you guys." Hashtag week 10.
Week 10.
Listen,
I see what you did
Jen.
there.
I see what you did, man. You're good with the hashtags. You even got an emoji. I don't think anyone's ever dropped an emoji in the chat. He's on the ball. Kyle Singer, D. Smith on bye.
Oh yeah, that makes sense with your wide receiver things.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. Of course, Kyle.
Yeah,
no problem. Of course, you came in here lighting things up, man. Giving likes and subs. So of course, thank you. We appreciate that. Keep coming. Stay here. Be a part of the chat. Shane Franzen, Brian Robinson, or Keaton Mitchell. The Keaton Mitchell train is leaving the station, folks.
I'm still
stashing.
Full. I'm stashing Keaton Mitchell still, so I'm gonna start B-Rob.
B-Rob.
Okay. I say B-Rob. Mitchell's playing Cleveland. And you guys know I avoid them like the plague.
And Mitchell
So-
did pop up on the injury report with a hammy this week. So like
Exactly.
He may only get 5 touches. Now, look, he could break off another 60-yard touchdown. And like,
No.
but again, that I'd rather have those points on my bench than the 0 in my lineup. So
yeah. B-Rub.
I'm
B-Rob.
with you. Sam Trigg, start 2 full PPR, Brian Robinson, Christian Kirk, or Scary Terry.
Y'all
Scary
already
Terry,
know.
one of the best nicknames in fantasy football, whatever you want to call it.
I think, yeah,
Kirk and Terry?
Kirk and Terry.
Yeah.
Terry, easy.
Mm.
Smash.
Don't say easy. Don't be disrespectful to Brian
no,
Robinson.
I like Brian Robinson, but in PPR,
Yeah.
it's Kirk and Terry for me.
Bruce.
I gotta go. Give me Kirk. Yeah, give me Kirk and Terry. Give me Kirk and Terry.
Yeah.
I can't.
So we're all Kirk and Terry. Now we've agreed twice. This is getting overboard. This is ridiculous at this point.
Can't do
You know
this
we've gone
anymore.
too long when we agree on 2 damn questions on the chat. Nathan H. Morning. Good morning. Please pick one to start between Mixon, Hall, and Cook standard league, so not PPR. I am already
Okay.
planning on starting Monty and Eckler. Good choices since it is standard. So we got to pick one between Mixon, Hall, and Cook. Those are some good running backs you got.
Wait a second. Wait. So hold on. So why can't we replace Monty with Hall and then?
Well, he's already planning on it. You can
So
tell.
it sounds
Nathan
like
what to do.
it sounds like this is a flex option. Is kind of what I'm gathering.
Well, he has his heart set on Monty, man.
Yeah.
What do you
I'd
gonna do
take
about
Brees.
that, Bruce?
It's
You got a problem with
Brees.
that, Bruce?
Yeah. I think you should take Monty
want-
out of that lineup.
I see what you're
I
trying to
think
do.
you put Mixon in there. Yes, exactly. I replaced Mixon. Sorry, I replaced Monty with Mixon, and I'm starting Hall.
Look what Nathan said. I can
Yeah.
replace Monty. I trust you all. Oh man, you're a little crazy, Nathan. You're a little crazy for trusting us all.
Yeah, that's
Maybe you trust one of us. Not gonna say who. Maybe you should trust one of us. But you do what you want.
Take
Nathan.
the
You do what you
power
want.
away from this man.
We got to.
Yeah.
When
You
can I
do
get
what
some
you
switches
want.
over here?
Listen, Nathan, trust one of us. Trust one of us. But do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. But we all agree.
Yeah.
We do all agree, right? Like we would all start mixing Hall and Eckler. Or Brian,
Yeah.
are you on Monty with Nathan?
No,
originally?
I Mixon. I think he's gonna gash the Texans this week. So
Yeah.
I want Hall to not be true, guys. Play my Raiders, but
yeah. But
Yeah.
Brees is just. I mean, he's unbelievable with the ball.
Yeah,
in his
you
hands,
got to
so-
start Brees. You got to put. him
I'm
in
not
there.
looking forward to a 50+ yard touchdown ran down our throat on Sunday Night Football. But
I don't think
probably
anybody's
gonna happen.
looking forward to Sunday Night Football.
Hey,
I
hey,
think we can just.
whoa,
No,
whoa,
no.
whoa.
Aiden O'Connell
Yeah.
and Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
no.
that's what they
fire.
thought when they made this
That is
schedule.
fire.
Yeah. Sure, the
That is
NFL thought
fire.
before week 1 it was, and then
Nah,
Yeah.
that guys, please, that is fire.
Mr. Handsome versus Aaron Rodgers would have been a far better.
How is that not a
matchup.
fire matchup to you guys?
No.
Neil, I think you answered it, buddy. I think all you
Come
had to say
on,
was
man.
Aiden O'Connell versus Zach Wilson, and that answers it right there.
You guys are just no goods. Oh
Yeah.
man, you guys got to really step it up. Oh, the Aiden O'Connell hate is just going too far here.
Come
Oh,
on.
look, whoever's working at Rival Fantasy knows what I'm talking about. Drop fire emojis in the chat for Aiden O'Connell. Dude, you're really on the ball.
This is
YouTube
terrible.
rival chat, man, is really
This
on the
is
ball today.
terrible.
All
You
right,
let
so
Neil have the power.
listen, I think we got them all covered right now. All the chats
did.
are answered. It's after 12:30. I think we've covered everything. Is there anything Patriots going on that mattered? 10-6.
Game's over.
It's
Game's
Game's
over.
over.
10-6. Snooze fest. Ramondre is hurt. I don't know what the extent of the injury was. That was really.
But
the
how he got
biggest
88
takeaway.
yards rushing?
I think he
After
came
Yeah,
back. I think
it was
he-
near the end of the game. I think he just like pulled a hammy or something because they were stretching him out. I didn't
Okay,
see if he
so-
went back in or not.
He
wish
did.
he
I
would-
think he went back in. Yeah, I think he went back
He
in.
did. He did. Listen, he
So-
had over 100 all-purpose yards. I had him as my not so obvious lock of
Yeah.
the week.
No,
Why
Ramondre
couldn't he
had
get a
good
damn
game.
touchdown?
Yeah.
Why couldn't he get a touchdown? That's all I
Because
would have asked
because the
for.
Patriots, this is the
Come
second or third
on, man.
in a row they haven't scored an offensive touchdown.
Come on, Ramondre,
so-
you're killing me, man.
It's not Ramondre's fault. It's everyone else on the team.
Killing
man.
me.
It's rough.
By the way,
It's rough.
before we go, let's remind the folks, the wonderful folks, the ladies and gentlemen in the chat, this show is Rival Fantasy, and it's called that because of rivalfantasy.com or the Rival Fantasy app, which we want you to download and play and sign up and have lots of fun with us. And if you do, when you're in the chat, tell us your usernames on Rival Fantasy so that we can add you as friends and we can send you beautiful challenges, because that's what this is all about, building the Rival Fantasy community. You could do bingo. You could do challenges where I smoke Bruce and Adam and make lots of money every week. Bruce and Brian, where I make lots of money every week. You know, you guys help feed my kids. I appreciate you guys. And you can also play season long, where you can have a league, and it's a lot of fun. And there's in-league betting, which guess what? No other site has. So go there, sign up, play, have fun. It's a lot of fun. That's all I could say. That is it for me, guys. Do you guys have anything before we go for week 10?
Good luck.
Happy week
Yeah,
10,
good luck,
everybody.
guys.
No more international games, so we don't have these early morning lineup snafus anymore. So enjoy.
Not to be
that.
rude, but that is a blessing.
Oh yeah, no.
Can you imagine if you're on like California time, West Coast, all the way?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Those games start at like 6:30 a.m. for them.
Wake up early.
Crazy.
That's
This
terrible,
game,
man.
if I woke up at 6:30 a.m. to watch that game, I'd be angry.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't.
Irritable.
Not
Yeah.
worth
It's
it.
terrible.
Not worth
It's
it.
terrible. All right. So that's it for today, guys. We appreciate you for joining us as always. We appreciate the likes on the episode. We appreciate the new subs. If you haven't, before we go, please hit like. Please subscribe to the channel. We're here every single Sunday at 11:30 EST. And if we're not going to be, because we got to change it, we're going to tell you. So you know, we want you to join us no matter what time it is. So we will let you know. But other than that, we are out. That is it for today's show, guys. Bruce, good job. Brian, okay job. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody, great job. We're out.